And that's what I get for breaking the block. That's what I get for breaking the block. What's up, agents? Zero here, welcome back to some more Mega Skyblock 5. This is episode 6. If you remember, last time what we ended up doing is we explored a whole bunch of islands over in that direction. You can see pretty much most of the actual bridges that we put together. One of the islands of which is actually kind of obstructed by one of the other islands, but it's not really a huge deal. Anyway, what we're going to be doing in this episode is we're actually going to be constructing a mob grinder, or basically an XP grinder, I should technically say. And in order to do that, we actually need a few different things. First off, if you remember, I think it was either last episode or the episode before, I don't really remember, I went into the XP shop and I bought this skeleton spawn egg. And I found out that apparently, in order for me to go ahead and buy myself an actual spawner block, I actually need 20 XP levels in order to buy it from the shop, which, if you can tell down at the bottom, I have 20 levels now. I did a lot of fishing off camera to get the amount of levels necessary to go ahead and get it. So let's see, where exactly is the spawner block? Okay, so here's the spawner block right here. Let's go ahead and grab it. And there we go. We got ourselves a monster spawner. So let's go ahead and go back to our world. And we're going to go ahead and construct this as best we can. And where I'm actually going to be constructing is, actually before I go any further, I want to go ahead and make sure I put the monster spawner away just so that I don't accidentally use it. We're actually going to be heading off to a brand new island before we actually start building the actual mob spawner itself. And we're going to be heading our way to that island directly in front of us. I can already see over on that island there's actually a book inside of an item frame. I have no idea what this book even is. I'm assuming it's part of the storyline that we have inside of our shulker box, because if you take a look, we have a few different books, so I'm assuming it's going to be one of these books. So here's what I want to do. I need to go ahead and grab myself a few slabs, well, more than a few slabs, I technically should say. And I'm going to make my way over to that island, and I'm probably going to worry about expanding the bridge off camera like I have previous times. And, oh yeah, something I want to go ahead and show you guys, because I did a lot of fishing off camera in order to get the XP necessary to buy the monster spawner, I got something kind of interesting. I got this fishing rod with Luck of the Sea 2 and Lure 2, and a few episodes ago, and I think it was technically in between episodes, I got myself this Unbreaking 3 fishing rod. I want to combine these two fishing rods, however, obviously I don't have any levels anymore, and thankfully I do have this anvil from one of the other islands, so that should make things a whole heck of a lot easier, and plus that'll also make things a whole heck of a lot easier for me to go ahead and go fishing as well. And even though I technically said I was going to wait and expand the bridge off camera, I probably should go ahead and do that. That kind of made no sense the way I worded that. Alright, so we're going to make our way over to this island and see exactly what's going on over here. If I can go, there we go. Alright, so I'm going to assume, okay, and I did not mean to put it up that high. That's kind of going against what I'm trying to do. Alright, so if I go ahead and do that, there we go. Let's go ahead and expand this by just a little bit, so we at least have a little bit of walking room when we get here. Okay, so we get ourselves a chest with a whole bunch of arrows, a slightly broken down, slightly damaged bow. Alright, we get ourselves a little bit of flint, and we get ourselves a little bit of wood. Not too bad, I think. Let's go ahead and grab this chest, because why not? We also have ourselves a book right here. Let's go ahead and grab it. And what exactly is this book? Operation Echo. Alright, so apparently we have more storyline. I kind of figured we would have more storyline, all things considered, which is actually kind of interesting. I have not looked at any of the storyline as of this season just yet, but I'm assuming none of the actual books are any different from what they were last season. That doesn't necessarily mean I'm not going to read any of them. That just means I'm assuming that they're the same from last season. So let's see, where are the rest of my arrows? They're not in here. I'm going to go ahead and put the flint in here. Let's go ahead and put away the wood. And you know what? I can go ahead and put in here. Okay, so that's where the rest of my arrows are. Okay. So what I'm going to do, and one thing I did also do in between episodes, is I did a lot of cobblestone grinding. We're definitely going to be using the cobblestone in this episode to go ahead and put together the actual mob grinder itself. So hopefully we should get some decent amount of XP, and that way we will also be able to use the XP market a lot more frequently. That's at least the plan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a little bit of a bridge off to this side, and I think I'm probably going to build it somewhere like right here. Is probably the best place for me to go ahead and put it. And I'm just going to build this outward quite a ways, and I'm actually going to go ahead and make sure this particular one is 3 wide, and when I think it's been extended far enough, I'm going to go ahead and get to work on actually building the XP farm itself. And you know what, let's go ahead and take a look backwards. Actually, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and go, yeah, I'm going to go this far. I think this far is probably far enough, so let me go ahead and give myself some cobblestone, and we're going to go ahead and get started building this XP farm. Okay, so I've went ahead and built a basic platform, which I'm going to be working off of in order to go ahead and put this together. So this is the basic idea of what's going to happen, and if I go ahead and place this right here, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and place down a water source right here, which is going to flow down all the way until it reaches this block right here, which I don't actually have a water bucket on me, but I do want to go ahead and test to make sure this actually works correctly. And the reason why I've done what I did is so that when the mobs fall down into the center, they will flow all the way down to the front, and that way I can kill them off easily, and at the same time all the items will be pushed along the edge until it reaches me. And that's kind of like the whole idea behind it. So let's go ahead and test to make sure this is actually working correctly. So we're going to place water right there. That should flow, and that flows down one too far. Alright, that's not hard to fix. So if I just go ahead and take out this block right here, I need to go ahead and place down some blocks like this. Now if I go ahead and test it, this should flow all the way down to the edge, which it does, which is exactly what I want. Perfect. Alright. So here's what I want to do now. I want to build up the walls, and I also want to go ahead and put in the actual mob spawner itself, the actual mob spawner cage. And I actually need to put that directly in the center, and I need to make sure I'm doing that correctly, because if I don't, and yes, I do want stone, but I want to put the water bucket away first, I do want to go ahead and set up in the exact center, which is probably the best place to put it, because that way mobs have a higher chance of spawning. What time is it? Okay, so it looks like I've got quite a bit of time left over to go ahead and at least get started, hopefully. So exactly where is the center of this thing? So if I go ahead and do something like this, 1, 2, 3, and if I go ahead and come back up, 4, so it looks like the center is right here. Okay, So I know where the center of this thing is. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is exactly where the mob spawner is going to end up going. So now that I've got that figured out, let's go ahead and start putting that in. And I should hopefully be able to go ahead and put the actual spawner itself exactly where it needs to. Let's go ahead and break down all but that top block. And you know, let's go ahead and make ourselves a little bit of a staircase up to it so that at least we can get up there without too much of a problem. I definitely should go ahead and put the mob spawner block. It's not where I wanted to put. I should be able to put the mob spawner block right up there without too much problem. And I do need to light it up so that nothing can spawn up there. So I think I've got that in the right spot. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the spawner itself, and I'm going to go ahead and grab the skeleton spawn egg as well. And I'm also going to light it up so that nothing is actually able to spawn in there just yet, because that would actually be really beneficial. Because if it turns nighttime and they start spawning, that's when I'm going to start having issues. I want to make sure that they don't spawn until I'm ready for them to spawn, is the big thing. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and light up this platform really quick, just so that nothing spawns in here at night while I'm still working. So let's go ahead and come up here, place in this right here. Let's go ahead and place that there and go ahead and start lighting it up so that it can't actually spawn anything. And I think with that, I think we're good, at least for right now. So now the next step for me to go ahead and take is to go ahead and start building up the walls and ceiling of this so that it properly works. And one thing I do want to go ahead and do as well is get myself water buckets so that the mobs will actually flow downwards, because that's like the whole point of this. Okay, so I've got the majority of it built already. I just have a couple extra things I still need to go ahead and do before it's actually finished, but you can already see it from a distance. It actually looks kind of good, and I went ahead and put the water inside of it as well, so that's at least good. Let me go ahead and pick up the water from the inside mill, because that is the one thing that's actually causing me to have a little bit of an issue while I'm trying to get in here. So I'm going to pick this up really quick so I can get in here a lot faster. So here's what I have left to do. I need to go ahead and let's go ahead and jump down in here. I'm going to break these torches, with the exception, actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and leave this one right here. Hopefully that's enough to keep the skeletons from spawning. And I think I should be good to finish things from there, because the only thing I have left to do is the ceiling of this thing, and that should hopefully be the easiest part, all things considered, because I went ahead and got done the rest of the walls already. So it's just a matter of filling this in, all things considered. It's, again, probably going to be the easiest part of it, because all I have left to do is cap it off, and I think once that's done, I should be ready to go ahead and say that the XP farm is fully operational. There is a little bit of a catch, and that's the fact that I need to be very careful as I'm trying to get out, because it's skeletons, which obviously means they're going to shoot their arrows at me, so I do need to be kind of fast getting out of here once I actually have everything all set up. But once that's done, I should have a steady way to go ahead and get XP from here on out, which is actually the whole point of why I did what I did. Alright, so let's go ahead and finish things off. And as you already saw, I left a little bit of a staircase so I could be able to get up to the top. And I think what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to go ahead and place down torches down so that mobs can't actually spawn up here. That would probably be a smart thing to do, all things considered. And I think with that out of the way, I think this is pretty much mostly done. I just need to go ahead and cap off the rest of it. It doesn't look like any skeletons are spawning just yet, which is good. Let's go ahead and cap this off. And I need to be kind of fast about doing this, because if I'm not, then that means the skeletons are going to be coming at me really quickly. Alright, so that water's in place. Let's go ahead and pick up the remainder of our cobblestone, and let me go ahead and eat really quick. There we go. And with that out of the way, I think that's the skeleton farm pretty much all done. Now I do, as I mentioned, I have to be really fast about this. So let's go ahead and break this torch. Maybe. Hold on. Why can I not break that torch? I don't understand. Alright, hold on. Maybe what I need to do is go ahead and place that down. And oh, that's why, because I'm pressing the wrong button. I'm an idiot. Alright. Go ahead and go up here and hold on. Do I still have, yes, I do still have the slabs in my inventory. Hold on, I'm gonna place a block right here really quick so I can stand on it. Let's go ahead and get the slabs out. Alright. Let's go ahead and break the torch. Skeletons are now spawning, so I need to get out of here fast. There we go. Get you off just like that. And there we go. The skeleton spawner is now effectively all completely done. The last step I need to take is probably to set up some sort of storage system so that I can go ahead and start killing these guys off. And I'm probably going to end up using stone swords to go ahead and kill these guys off, because that's like the easiest thing that I can go ahead and craft. Let's go ahead and grab some stone swords. Let's go ahead and put the rest of our cobblestone away. And I thought I was going to end up using these slabs, but I decided against it. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to leave it as is. Alright. So let's go ahead and get out one of our stone swords. And hopefully this should work extremely well. That's at least what I'm hoping for. So let's go ahead and start hacking away at these guys and hopefully get a decent amount of XP from them. Yep. Looks like it's working just as well as I thought it was going to. The only problem here is that the skeletons are moving a little bit slow in the water. That is one downside, but there's really not a whole lot I can do about that. Let's see. Are there actually... yeah, there are skeletons spawning in here. Whoa. That's what I get for breaking the block. That's what I get for breaking the block. Alright. So now I've got a little bit of a situation on my hands. So I need to somehow clog that up. And I lost both of my buckets too, which is definitely not good. Alright. So let's see. Let's go ahead and make ourselves... Oh, and I lost all my food too. I just realized. Alright. Let's go ahead and grab this cooked fish. And, oh yeah, I need wood so I can go ahead and make some swords. I actually only need one log in order to do this. Alright. That was my own fault. I was a bit of an idiot doing it that way. Alright. Alright, so I think I wouldn't necessarily say we're safe, but we should hopefully be fine. Yeah, this is not looking good. I don't know how I'm going to take care of this. Okay, so those two are fighting each other. Let's go ahead and kill you, put that back. Alright, that was definitely not a smart idea on my part, but I wanted to see if they were actually actively spawning, which apparently they were, and I didn't even notice. That was definitely not smart on my part. Anyway, with that out of the way, I think this is actually a good place for me to go ahead and end off the video. So, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure that like button. One more, make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentCP0 to stay updated. This is Mysterious Stews. Thank you guys for watching, and with that, I will see you guys later.